Hey guys, so I just wanted to go make this video, not go live. This is a video for you. And I wanted to share with you guys something that I learned this week about willpower. Now, I had read the book, The Power of Habit, a long time ago, probably 2 years ago. And I remember vaguely hearing something about willpower. And then this week I was listening to The Happiness Advantage, and he was going over a lot of studies on willpower and how it's not sustainable. He said willpower is ineffective in sustaining change because the more we use it, the more worn out it gets. So we talked about this study. Bear with me because obviously I just took notes on it and don't really know the study that well. But basically there was this group of college students. There were three groups. They were told not to eat for 3 hours before the study. And group one had chocolate chip cookies that they were not allowed to eat that were in the room, but they did have a set of radishes that they could eat all they wanted. But who wants to eat radishes? I don't think I've ever eaten a radish in my life. And then group two, they could eat off of either plate. They could eat off the chocolate chip cookies or the radishes. And then group three had no food at all in the room. And then they gave them some geometric puzzles to solve, which were unsolvable. And the thing was, though, group two and three far outlasted group one, because group one had used up all of their willpower to not eat the chocolate chip cookies. So I want you to take a step back and think about everything that you go through on a regular basis in daily life. I want you to notice that when you're more stressed and have used more of your mental energy, that your willpower isn't there to maintain these healthy lifestyle changes. Until they become healthy lifestyle changes and full lifestyle changes, we have to be prepared for those moments where we're stressed out or we're tired, and we're, you just kind of, and I know that I've been there where I've been oh, I'm just so tired, I'm just gonna eat a cookie. I know those moments, and it's because willpower gets worn out. And so this is where the meal prepping and this is where the weekly game plan, this is where those things come into play. Because you take the time now to sit down and write out your weekly game plan. You take your time now to sit out and plan out when you're going to the grocery store, what groceries you're getting, so that you don't have to use any of your mental energy on those things. It's already done. The schedule's already made. The meals are already planned. The food's already, bought, or at least in a list where you don't have where you don't have to think about it. So that's why this weekly game plan is so important. So that during those times where you're oh, what workout am I supposed to do today? I don't want to have to look it up. So I'm just not going to do it. I know that feeling. I know that that can happen. I know that we can get to the point where we're I don't know what to make. I don't know what to do. So we're just going to eat a pizza. I know what that's like. And now they're listening to this. He talked about more studies, but I had already listened to it, and this was the one study that I wanted to share with you. But just know that your willpower will get worn out. So it's easy in the beginning. It's easy when we're in the beginning and we're oh, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to get it done and all this stuff. But until it becomes a habit, and even after it becomes a habit, sometimes our willpower gets worn out. And so that's why the weekly game plan is important. That's why having your meals planned out is important. That's why having your time frames planned out as to when you're going to work out and when you're going to grocery shop and when you're going to make your meals. That's why that's all important, to do that ahead of time. And that's why we have this weekly game plan, so that you don't have to use the mental energy later on in the week when you're tired and worn out and you've had a long day at work and you just don't want to think about it. You don't have to think about it because you've already done the work up front. You've already done it. On Sundays and Mondays, you've already figured all of that out. So I wanted to just show you that yes, willpower is great and motivation. It's awesome to have that in the beginning. But statistically proven research studies have shown that your willpower isn't going to stay there. So you need to plan ahead for when you don't have the willpower. You need to plan ahead and make sure the junk food's out of the house. Make sure you don't have any temptations around. Make sure that you've got, healthy veggies prepped, or, grab and go fruits prepped, and that they're on eye level and in clear containers so that you can see them, so that you're not, tempted to reach for something else. Plan ahead and give yourself the right option so that you can succeed. That's all it comes down to. So I don't want you to rely on willpower, because it's not always going to be there. And I know it's frustrating when it's not there and you're oh, why is it not out there? It's because you're mentally worn out. So take some time when you're mentally worn out, after you have gotten your good eating in and your workout in. Take some time afterwards to recharge batteries. Sit down and do some coloring. Don't be watching mindless TV, but read a book or do some coloring, or go to bed early. Take some time to recharge and do what you need to do for you. But I thought that was really interesting. When I read it, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to share this with you guys, because I know that there's a lot of us in here who were like, oh yeah, we're doing it. We're motivated. We're going for it. And then we get tired and we're like, crap, where did my motivation go? Where did that willpower go? Why don't I have it? Because we're worn out. So I want you to keep pushing, keep moving forward, but just recognize that doing the prep work is so important. And this is why it's important on those moments where you're worn out mentally. So I hope that helped share a little bit of clarity on why this weekly game plan is so important, and why utilizing it and doing it every single week is really going to help you, be ready and prepared for success in your health and fitness journey. So I hope you guys had an awesome week, and I can't wait to see what you do in the coming week, and we'll talk soon. Bye.